Good evening, everyone. I'm Janie Burke with Singles Travel International, and tonight we are presenting the wonders of Chile and Peru Singles Cruise, March 26th through April 5th, 2025. I have Kelly with me from Swan Hellenic, and she's based in West Palm Beach. She's been with them for a little over a year, but in the travel industry for over 19 years and has apparently already taken 3 expeditions with Swan Hellenic. So we're excited to have her with us tonight. And the
Yes.
floor is all yours. So share your screen and we're here.
Thank you, Janie. Let me share here and we'll get going. Sorry, just one second. Let's see. Just one
And
sec. Sorry about that.
sorry, and Jamie, I just wanted to say a quick hello.
Oh,
My
CJ, you
name,
joined.
yeah, my name is CJ, and I'm going to be the concierge for this trip, and I am so excited about it. I just wanted to say a quick hello, and introduce myself. So I'd be going with the group, and I would also be helping you with all of your needs, and also planning exclusive events like theme nights and games, walkabouts, and all that. So I hope to see all of you there. It's going to be a beautiful trip. And that's all. So take it away.
Thank you so much, CJ.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this should be working now. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much, Janie. Sorry for the technical difficulties getting started here, but I'm really excited to tell you a bit about Swan Hellenic and the cultural expedition cruise that you could potentially be taking with us in 2025. So tonight, I'll tell you a little bit about who exactly is Swan Hellenic, because we're probably a new name for you. What makes Swan Hellenic so special? We'll take a look at a snapshot of the journey that you'll be taking and what's included, what your home away from home looks like. And then we do have an exclusive offer for you at the end as well. So Swan Hellenic is actually a heritage brand. We're originally a very iconic British cultural expedition cruise line that started in 1950. So we have a 70-year history behind the name Swan Hellenic. And in 1954, the Swan family partnered with the Hellenic Society in Britain to operate their very first cultural expedition cruises to the Greek archaeology sites. And on board, they brought on academics and scholars from prestigious institutions like Oxford and Cambridge as the experts to bring this destination to life for the guests. So central to who Swan Hellenic has been a true level of immersion with experts on board providing you with top-notch education about the places and experiences that you're going to get to have, which really takes the immersion to a whole new level. We are a whole new Swan Hellenic these days, and we are coming to North America really for the first time in a big way. We're staying true to what the name Swan Hellenic has always stood for, but it's a whole new level of luxury, and we've built a whole new fleet. So all of our ships are brand new, and I'll give you a look at those as well. So what exactly does Swan Hellenic stand for? What makes us so special? Well, we are an expedition cruise line, and we really marry the adventure of a true expedition with a real hands-on, experiences and lectures and educational component. We marry that with a luxury experience, but it's completely unpretentious. And we really differentiate ourselves, I think, by leading with exploring with head and heart. Now, some of the ways in which we do this is by bringing you as close to the destination as possible. We do that through incredible included excursions. We do that through our expedition operations, taking out zodiacs and coming face to face with incredible wildlife and coastlines and going to places that most other travelers don't get to see. You really get the level of immersion in an expedition, unlike no other trip mode. But beyond getting to really connect with the destination on a cultural expedition, you also get to connect with like-minded travelers. Our ships are very small. They have 52 guests on board. So it's a very small, intimate experience, which means you'll really get to know so many of the travelers, not just with the Singles Travel International group, but all of the people that you'll be getting to share these incredible experiences with. And these are people who want to learn. They want to take in the culture of the places. And they're coming from all over the world. About 65% of our guests are coming from North America, but the rest are coming from all over Europe and Latin America and Asia and Australia. So it will be an international crowd on board that you'll get to bond with. And our expedition leaders that we have on board are there to take you and guide you along the way. On board, we have all types of experts, from marine biologists to anthropologists to naturalists, ornithologists, who are there as your guides throughout the entire journey. Now, they're not just with you out in zodiacs or on excursions, they're also giving lectures on their areas of expertise and what they're passionate about every single day. So they're there to really enhance the entire experience, but it goes beyond that because they're part of your onboard family as well. So you'll see our expedition leaders at the bar at happy hour for the evening briefing. You can invite them to join you for dinner so you can hear their incredible stories about their own research and experiences in their field. So they're really there and you get to mix and mingle with them all day, every day. And my favorite thing about traveling this way in an expedition style is that it's all about embracing the unexpected. In an expedition, the itinerary is really a suggestion. We're going to go to the places that we've outlined here, but because our ships are so small, we're very agile. So if there's an opportunity to make magic happen, our team is fully empowered to do that. And we can make it happen because our ships are so small. If we find out that there's incredible wildlife a little off the beaten path of what we were planning to do, we can go to plan A, B, C, and D. And our expedition teams are ready to do that, to make magic happen for our guests. Swan Hellenic is all about sustainability, and so many travelers are looking to travel in a conscientious way these days. And that's what Swan Hellenic really does. And we do that through 3 different ways: through responsible cruising, by being fully compliant with the organizations that we are part of and the destinations that we're visiting, and through the advanced technology that we have in our hardware, in our vessels, in our fleet. Responsible cruising, on board, we have our whole recycling program. We have almost completely reduced the use of single-use plastic. Every guest gets a stainless steel refillable water bottle with water refill stations all over the vessel. We really don't print paper. Everything is very digital on board, although we can on request. On board, the hardware that we have the newest fleet in all of expedition cruising. So it has every bell and whistle you could possibly imagine. And the ships that we have in our fleet, they're truly built for the future. We have our own advanced wastewater treatment center on board our vessels. We desalinate our own water. We have GPS dynamic anchoring, so we don't ever anchor in some of the fragile places that we're going, so we don't disrupt these environments. We are built for emission-free silent sailing, so we're battery power ready. So the technology of the fleet that we have, it's as sustainable as possible. And we are part of different organizations like IATO and ACO and some of the destinations that we visit that set all of the rules and regulations on how we operate in terms of protecting the environment, protecting our guests and the crew. And we go through inspections and accreditation processes to remain members of these organizations. So we are operating the highest levels of biosecurity and operationally to protect our guests, the environment, and our crew. Now let's take a look at the itinerary that you'll be sailing on. You'll be starting in Valparaiso, Chile, and sailing along the coast to Lima, Peru. Now, this trip is all about two major things: the Atacama Desert and the Andes Mountains. That's really the magic of this itinerary. And along the way, you'll get to learn about incredible ancient pre-Columbian civilizations, indigenous cultures and rituals, incredible wildlife opportunities along the way. One thing I would warn you about, though, is a lot of these ports, the ports themselves, are rather industrial. So when you arrive into a port, you don't freak out. All the magic is right over the Andes. That's where a lot of the excursions and experiences are going to take place. Now, when you're going there, it's going to be at the end of their summer, the beginning of the fall. So it is going to be pretty hot during the day, but it definitely cools down in the evenings. Here is a breakdown of the day-by-day times in port and schedules. You'll be in ports most days. There's really only 2 at-sea days. And on at-sea days, that's when there's plenty of lectures. So you can keep learning about the destinations that you're visiting, either what you've already gotten to do or what's coming up. You can learn about the history, the wildlife, the environment. All of our expedition leaders and oftentimes guest experts that we bring on board will bring these days to life. Or you could go to the spa, which is one of the things I love to do when I'm on board. Now, we actually just had this itinerary happen in March. And we had a professional video crew on board this sailing. And this is still being edited, but this video is going to give you a fantastic glimpse into the trip that you'll be taking. It's about 3 minutes long, but it is going to stir up all of your senses. So let's take a look. Okay, let's see. It's not letting me. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly walk you through some of the included and optional excursions to highlight some of the experiences you can have with Swan Hellenic. You would want to depart the US the latest March 25th, because it's typically an overnight flight flying into Santiago, Chile. You'll arrive on March 26th. We do include a pre-cruise hotel night in your cruise fare. It's typically a minimum of 4, possibly 5 stars. We include your arrival, airport transfer to the hotel as well. Then on March 27th, you would transfer from the hotel in Santiago to the port in Valparaiso. That's included for you as well. And you will get on board the SH Vega. You will get ready, and we set sail at 6 p.m. The first stop on the itinerary is Coquimba, Chile. It's the second oldest city in Chile, dating back to the 1500s. We include an excursion to La Serena, which is the main town, the old town of Coquimba. You would visit the archaeological museum, learning they have incredible ceramic pottery from pre-Columbian times there, and a very local handicraft market, La Recova. The thing to know about most of all of the stops on this itinerary, you are going to places that are not touristy. These are not filled with tourists. You're going to see what a real slice of life looks like in Chile in these places. March 29th is going to be a sea day, so there will be some great lectures set up for you that day, and you can use the incredible amenities that we have on board. March 30th is probably the star of the show, where the port is Antofagasta, Chile, which in Quechua means town of the great salt land. So this is the day to have your full-on Atacama Desert experience. There is a full day optional excursion to the Atacama Desert. It's approximately $370 or so. That was around the price for this year. It might be a little more next year, but this is a full day. Incredible guides taking you into some of the most dramatic landscapes with so many changing shades of colors, so much incredible wildlife. You get to stop in the town, the small village, San Pedro de Atacama, which imagine is a 600-year-old village in the middle of the Atacama Desert. We include lunch for you. You get to go to an indigenous ceremony to praise Pachamama, Mother Earth. It's a full-on day. You got to put on your explorer pants because it is a long day, but so worth it. On March 31st, you'll be in the town of Iquique. The included excursion here is you'll go into this incredible mining town. You'll visit the local regional museum to learn about the Chinchorro culture, which is one of the oldest pre-Columbian civilizations that lasted for 5,000 years. Imagine that. Or if you want to do one of the optional excursions, you can actually visit a mining ghost town, Humberstone. Arica is the next stop, and there is a fantastic included experience for you on this day. We include an excursion for you every single port. So there's always going to be an included excursion for you that's included in the cost, but there's also going to be optional excursions that are an additional cost that you can choose to add on if you would like to. The included excursion is typically something that all of our guests on board of any fitness or mobility level will be able to participate in. And then the optional excursions are where you get more focused on special interests or more active experiences or more culinary experiences. This day, to me, it looks like a highlight for sure. Arica is in the desert, right? It's along the Atacama Desert, but there's this area where extensive olive trees and fruit orchards exist in the middle of the desert. So you'll actually get to visit an olive tree farm to learn about this fascinating landscape and the growth in these places. And in addition, you would get to experience a local folklore experience and visit a local market on this day. Matarani, if you remember in the video where you saw the zodiacs checking out the local wildlife, that would happen in Matarani. So on this day, you'll get to have some serious adventures. There's incredible marshes, lagoons, and reeds that you can explore with our expedition guides out on the zodiacs. The zodiacs are military grade inflatable rafts that hold, depending on the configuration and boat mode style, there could be 8 to 12 people or so in the zodiacs with your expedition leader driving. These guys are all licensed with commercial boating licenses, crisis management licenses. They have many certifications that they go through to be expedition leaders on board with Swan Hellenic. And then another huge highlight for this itinerary is the Nazca Lines, which would be the last day of the trip. Now, there is a typo here. So Singles Travel International is going to include this for you, which is an incredible experience that you'll all get to share in. We are just confirming the maximum size. So this could end up being first come, first served basis. But once you book, you'll get more details on this excursion, which the Nazca Lines, I mean, you go up in a plane to fly over these fields and mountains with these designs that are basically carved into the fields and mountains that you're flying over. And they're there mysteriously, right? So you get to learn all about the history of the Nazca Lines in this region. And you'll disembark in Lima, Peru on April 5th. You pretty much arrive first thing in the morning. You know, it would be amazing if you can to extend your stay. Maybe you even want to go to Machu Picchu afterwards, or Singles Travel International has optional add-ons. I'm sure either one of us can help you if you want to explore Peru more. But this is where your journey comes to an end. So in terms of what your home away from home looks like, the Vega is gorgeous. She has 152 guests maximum, as I told you before, with 80% of all the staterooms having balconies. You definitely want a great view when you're on a trip like this, because you're going to be sailing along the coastline with the Andes in the background. The dining on board is top notch. We make everything from scratch, down to the soup, salad dressings, a baker baking 12 hours a day. All your drinks on board are included: beer, wine, spirits, coffee, drinks, soda, juice, wine pairings at dinner. Breakfast and lunch are typically buffets, but they're delicious. Eggs made to order, omelets, eggs Benedict made to order. Most of that will all take place in the Swan restaurant. We do have a smart casual dress code. So it is pretty casual on board. It's just in the evenings, like, you know, no flip-flops or tank tops, things like that. But it's really not formal. There's no formal nights. We do have our captain's welcome and farewell. People tend to get a little more dressed up, but certainly you can leave your jackets at home and your gowns. We do have the club lounge, which is where you can have early risers breakfast, or if you just want like a yogurt and croissant, there's light snacks and bites out in the club lounge 24/7. And pretty much every day at 3:30 in the afternoon, we have high tea with all sorts of incredible desserts and homemade pizzas and little sandwiches to tide you over until dinner after exploring. We have our pool bar and grill. So if there's a nice afternoon, oftentimes we'll host a barbecue out on the pool deck, or if it's a nice evening, the team might even set up a great fine dining dinner out here so you can enjoy the weather. We have all the incredible amenities on board to keep up with your health and wellness programs, from a fully stacked gym with, you know, treadmills, ellipticals, free weights, spin bikes, and that's right next to our full service spa and salon. We have a beautiful sauna with panoramic windows, so you can always see what's happening outside. We have our heated infinity pool on the aft of deck 7. We have our jacuzzi on deck 8, right outside the sauna. So we have all these luxury amenities waiting for you when you get back on board. If you need to get away, maybe read a book or get some peace and quiet, we have our library, which is a cozy little space on deck 3. We do have a science lab on board. So depending on who the expedition leaders are on board the sailing and what their specialties are. They could host some talks or more hands-on experiences for you in the lab. When I was in Antarctica, our marine biologist took us down here, and we looked at some microplastics under the microscope that they had pulled out of a whale's stomach in some of her research. Our base camp is where you typically get on all the zodiacs from, and every stateroom has their own locker down here. So if there's gear that you want to keep here before you go and get off the ship, you can easily grab it here. The Swan's Nest is one of my favorite spots on the entire vessel because you truly feel like an explorer at the center of the universe. You're right over the bow of the ship. You take your binoculars out there and do some incredible wildlife spotting. We have our stargazing deck. You know, when you're sailing in the middle of nowhere in some of these places, there's incredible stargazing opportunities for you. So the entire top deck is completely open. And of course, you can, all of the ship is constructed to utilize tons of outdoor deck space because we sail through such beautiful environments. So there's cozy couches and chase lounges and benches out all over and around the outdoor decks. Our observation lounge is really the heart and soul of the vessel. This is where all of the lectures take place and where you'll go in the evening after dinner. There's a great bar in the back of the observation lounge. In terms of entertainment, it's very low key. We might have a piano player on board. Sometimes there is a performer amongst the expedition leaders. The expedition team will often host like a fun game night, or they might show a movie on the big screen. There's no formal entertainment program, though. It's very low key. Typically, people go here after dinner to share some drinks with their fellow travelers and have great conversations. Now, take a look at where you'll be sleeping, your home away from home. Our staterooms are so well appointed. Everyone will have a welcome bottle of champagne upon arrival, smart TVs, mini bars included for you, stocked however you want, whether you want a beer or Diet Cokes, it's all there for you. Every stateroom has your own Illy espresso machine with pods, a kettle for tea with tea bags, a super soft, comfortable bathrobes and slippers, great toiletries, a safe. We include binoculars in every stateroom, which I love. And we do include a free level of basic Wi-Fi for you that gives you access to social media sites and news sites. Now we have suites. They're super spacious, over 430 square feet or so, with king size beds, separate sleeping area. These are currently not on hold, but if you do want a suite, Singles Travel International could get you some pricing. We have balconies, which is probably our most popular category. These are over 300 square feet, actually. 2 beds that can be either pushed together or separated, with a separate couch and sitting area, a desk with a hidden vanity. And on the Vega, this is one of my favorite touches. Even though it'll be summer, it will get chilly at night there. Every stateroom has an electric fireplace that crackles, which is a really fun touch to your bedroom that makes it just feel really cozy. These are really spacious staterooms. There's USB ports, US plugs, European plugs. The bathrooms are spacious with a rain shower and plenty of counter space for you to have your personal items and toiletries. And then the ocean views are our lowest category, and even these are still really spacious, over 200 square feet with huge panoramic windows. The beds are so comfortable, great bedding. There's more storage space in one of these staterooms than you could ever use. There's 2 full wardrobers, and all of those cabinets around the fireplace, they're all storage. So you'll have plenty of space for your belongings. Now, what's included? Swan Hellenic truly is all-inclusive. We take care of the big things for you. So we include in your cruise fare a pre-cruise hotel night and your airport transfers if you're arriving on the scheduled day. You can book additional pre-cruise hotel nights or private transfers if you want to come earlier than the scheduled day as well. All of your meals on board, including room service, is included for you. Your drinks on board, from beer, wine, cocktails, spirits, soda, that's all included for you 24/7. The only additional cost would be if you order from the wine reserve list or from top shelf spirits. Our whole lecture series is included for you. We include an excursion for you in every single port. And then there are additional optional excursions you can purchase if you choose to. We give you a dry bag backpack and a stainless steel water bottle on this sailing, which is a great touch. And you get the use of the binoculars from your stateroom. We do have self-service laundry, which is a great touch. So if you don't want to pack a lot and you want to do carry-on only, we do have laundry room for you that you can use complimentary. It's fully stocked with all the detergent. You don't need to bring anything. We do have the basic Wi-Fi included for you. And then all the gratuities and taxes and fees are included for you as well. So all you have to do is contact Singles Travel International to book, and Janie's going to share more about that. We do have a little special for you. So if you deposit by the end of this week, April 26th, you'll receive a complimentary upgrade to our gold Wi-Fi package. So we do have 2 additional tiers of Wi-Fi that you can purchase depending on your connectivity needs above and beyond the basic level of included Wi-Fi. So Janie, I will turn it over to you and I'll stop sharing.
Well, thank you. I'm ready to go right now, but I won't be traveling with you, but it was a great overview and a lot of really nice touches that you don't typically hear about on cruises. So, yeah, I did want to show how to go ahead and book. If you have not already booked, you can go to our website, singlestravelsintl.com. and you go to all trips. So I've gone ahead and clicked on this trip and you scroll down to book now. This is going to give you all of the different options and pricing. So if you are a premium member, which I'll show you down here, annual premium membership is $397. And that gives you lots of perks, but right now I'll just mention the discounted pricing that you get. So if you're a premium member, you have ocean view cabin, premium deal, and you just get to see all of the different options for how you would like to book and how you would like to pay. So those are the differences in pricing. And then you get to select if you're just doing a deposit only at the time of booking or if you're going to go ahead and pay in full. And right here, like I said, if you're not a member, you can join the premium membership and then you can complete your purchase. So really simple and straightforward. And now I'll open the floor if anyone has any questions for me or for Kelly. We'd love to hear. And yeah, we'll just open the floor.